city of Baalbek.
This is Baalbek in the Lebanon. Undoubtedly a Roman temple here.
At dawn in Lebanon's Bekaa Valley, visitors admire Roman columns and leave believing they have seen Baalbek's greatest achievement.
Baalbek, if there was one example, one ancient site on Earth that is evidence of a lost, ancient, advanced civilization.
What they rarely realize is that the real story begins lower, where stones so massive they defy modern logic were set long before Rome arrived. Understanding why those foundations exist quietly dismantles what we think we know about ancient engineering. The surface illusion. The Baalbek temple complex rises like a stone mirage from the fertile floor of Lebanon's Bekaa Valley. For most visitors, it is the towering Roman columns that claim the spotlight, each one nearly 22 meters tall, ornately carved, and weathered by 2,000 years of sun and war. They photograph the grandeur, marvel at Roman ambition, and walk away satisfied that they've seen yet another ancient masterpiece from the empire that once ruled the Mediterranean. But just below the celebrated ruins lies something far stranger. Beneath the Temple of Jupiter, under the well-documented friezes and marble facades, rests a platform of stone blocks, so massive and so precisely cut that they challenge the very premise of Roman engineering. These aren't decorative elements meant to impress emperors or inspire awe in worshippers. They are hidden in plain sight, foundation stones so heavy that no one today can agree on how they were moved, let alone why they exist. What makes this more curious is the silence. The Romans were master chroniclers, leaving inscriptions, documents, and elaborate architectural plans across their empire. But at Baalbek, for the most astonishing stones of all, there is no name, no record, and no claim of ownership. Just the quiet weight of impossibility. The megaliths no one mentions. Standing at the western wall of the temple platform, 3 massive blocks stretch end to end like the spine of some ancient beast. Known as the Trilithon, each stone is over 19 meters long, more than 4 meters high, and weighs an estimated 800 to 1,000 tons. For perspective, the largest stones in the Great Pyramid of Giza weigh about 80 tons. These are more than 10 times that, and they're not buried in rubble or lying scattered in a quarry. They are fitted together with such precision that a sheet of paper cannot slide between them. And they are not alone. Roughly 800 meters from the temple stands the quarry that once fed Baalbek's construction. There lies the stone of the pregnant woman, long believed to be the largest hewn stone ever attempted, weighing over 1,000 tons. But even this was eclipsed in 2014, when archaeologists discovered a second, larger block buried beneath it, estimated at an astonishing 1,650 tons. A third, similarly massive block was found nearby, still attached to the bedrock. These were not rough slabs, but expertly shaped monoliths, apparently readied for transport. This discovery pushed Baalbek beyond curiosity into the realm of full-scale mystery. Not only were these stones shaped with mathematical accuracy, they were clearly meant to be moved and moved into place at elevation. Whoever cut them didn't just intend to build something big. They planned to build something that would last through time, tectonics, and memory itself. Modern cranes can lift such weights, but only under ideal conditions, and only with fixed bases and engineered flat ground. Baalbek had neither, and yet, the platform was built, the blocks were raised, and not a single one has shifted since. The transportation problem. The stone platform that supports Baalbek's Roman temples sits over 7 meters above the valley floor. To reach it, the massive Trilithon blocks would have had to be moved from the quarry nearly a kilometer away, over uneven terrain, without wheels, steel cables, or hydraulic systems. Roman engineering certainly accomplished remarkable feats, but every known Roman construction project used stone blocks far smaller than these. The heaviest Roman obelisks and columns, such as those used in Trajan's column, or transported from Egypt, topped out around 300 tons. Even those were treated as engineering marvels requiring extensive manpower, ships, and specialized tools. The terrain between the quarry and the temple platform complicates things further. The ground isn't flat. It slopes, twists, and rises unpredictably. The idea of dragging a 1,000-ton stone across that landscape using wooden rollers, no matter how well coordinated, is not just implausible, but likely impossible. Cedar, one of the strongest regional woods, would splinter under such pressure. Each roller would need to be massive, replaced constantly, and moved in sequence by thousands of workers acting in perfect coordination. Even if such a Herculean effort were feasible, no evidence of this scale of mobilization exists. No worker barracks, no road reinforcements, no diagrams or records of pulleys, cranes, or sled systems capable of sustaining that weight. And there's one more puzzle. How were the stones lifted? Raising an 800-ton block over 7 meters into a precisely aligned position with no signs of ramps, counterweights, or failed attempts challenges not just known Roman methods, but modern assumptions about ancient construction. The closer you examine Baalbek's foundation, the more it begins to resemble a riddle in stone, an architectural outlier that refuses to conform to the tools or thinking of its supposed time. A modern failure. In 1997, a group of Japanese engineers and archaeologists attempted something extraordinary. Inspired by mysteries like Baalbek, they set out to replicate ancient stone-moving techniques using only period-appropriate tools, ropes, wooden sledges, and manpower. Their goal was to move a 1,000-ton stone just a short distance across flat ground. Everything was controlled, planned, and executed under the guidance of structural experts and historians. Yet, despite weeks of preparation, the team failed. The massive stone did not budge, not even by a meter. Logs cracked, ropes frayed, and coordination broke down under the sheer pressure. The demonstration, intended to validate ancient methods, instead exposed their limits. If modern experts couldn't shift the stone under ideal conditions, how could ancient builders have done so across rugged terrain, without modern mathematics or reinforced tools? This wasn't just a setback. It was a real-world stress test of historical assumptions, and it delivered an unambiguous result. Traditional explanations for how the Baalbek stones were moved do not hold up under experimental scrutiny, and that failure casts a longer shadow. It means the problem of Baalbek isn't theoretical, it's physical, measurable, and unresolved in the most literal sense. The stones remain where they are, unmoved and unmoving, as a direct challenge to every textbook account of Roman engineering. Rather than solving the mystery, the Japan experiment deepened it. It replaced vague speculation with demonstrable limits, showing that the gulf between what we believe ancient builders could do and what they clearly accomplished is far wider than we imagined. The vanishing builders. If the Romans didn't build the megalithic foundation, then who did? And more intriguingly, why did they stop? Archaeological evidence confirms that Baalbek was inhabited for at least 9,000 years, long before Roman conquest. The site was sacred to the Phoenicians and Canaanites, later adopted by Greeks and eventually transformed into the Roman city of Heliopolis. But none of these cultures, as far as evidence shows, had the tools or infrastructure to manipulate 1,000-ton stones with such surgical precision. The weathering patterns on the Trilithon stones deepen the mystery. While the Roman structures above show moderate erosion, the megalithic blocks beneath exhibit far more extensive degradation, suggesting they predate the Roman era by centuries, if not millennia. And unlike the grand temples above, these blocks are stripped of decorative ambition. There are no inscriptions, no symbolic carvings, no embellishments, just pure function, precision, durability, and permanence. Then there's the quarry itself. The 3 massive stones left behind were clearly in the process of being cut and shaped. Their form is unmistakable. Flat surfaces, squared edges, and clean angles. But the work stopped. No damage, no signs of destruction, no evidence of conquest. Just sudden and total abandonment. The tools are gone. The workers never returned. This silence suggests a collapse, possibly cultural, environmental, or otherwise. Whoever built the foundation at Baalbek may not have been conquered. They may have simply disappeared, leaving behind their ambition in stone and a problem that future civilizations could not solve, only build upon. Deep foundations and deeper questions. In recent years, new technology has peeled back layers of Baalbek's mystery. Ground-penetrating radar has revealed that the visible Trilithon stones may only be part of a deeper, more extensive foundation. Hidden beneath them lie additional megalithic blocks, some still unexcavated, arranged in patterns that suggest a deliberate, multi-tiered design rather than a single platform. And this wasn't just brute force construction. Engineers studying the site have discovered that the stones interlock in a way that distributes seismic energy, allowing the structure to flex slightly during earthquakes without collapsing. This technique, essentially early seismic resistance, is not found in any Roman manual, nor does it appear in other regional constructions of the same period. Baalbek sits on an active fault line. Over thousands of years, the region has experienced countless tremors, some of them powerful enough to topple Roman columns and destroy nearby structures. Yet, the Trilithon has not shifted. Not a single block has cracked or tilted. This kind of durability doesn't happen by accident. It points to knowledge, perhaps even architectural foresight, that we've only recently begun to understand. The deeper we look beneath Baalbek's visible ruins, the more it seems like the foundation was not just a base for temples. It was a legacy of engineering designed to outlast empires, earthquakes, and even memory itself.